Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the 105 leFH18B2, the French Tier 5 Premium SPG, one of only two premiums in the game that are Arty, and this one's located on the south spawn of Cliff. It's under the command of Warthog D-Hay of the Fun F clan, and we can't see his equipment, but I'm sure he'll tell us what he's got. 2 marks of excellence and loads of marks of achievement on this Arty. He certainly has been playing it a lot. It's got a 105mm light field howitzer as its main armament, and it's capable of 410 alpha, 53mm pen, and 1.91 meters on the burst radius. It's built on the hull of a Panzer B2. Yes, it's the Shure MV7X hull that's been taken by the Germans and captured. And it's very effective. It's got a fast fire rate as well. And we're waiting for the enemy to turn up. They have turned up. And his first shot gets damage on a Panzer via Aslains H. Lining up the next shot, letting it dial in as he's tracking the guy. You can see trees and bushes going down in the distance, so it looks like other tanks are moving into that position. Surprisingly, no enemy tanks have made it to the center line in the center of the map yet, although a Churchill 7's on the way. It's a tier 6 game with tier 5 tanks in it. Okay, he's now going to dial in on that T150 because these tanks, being heavies, are more likely to be stationary, and he's likely to get more damage on these guys than he is on the light tanks, which are moving about quickly. Now, sadly, Wargaming have not put this Arty on sale for a long time. Mostly down to the fact that they get complaints from the Unicums every time they do put it on sale because they hate getting hit by it. That's because they're not very good players. They say they're Unicums, but if they were good, they will play Arty as well, but they don't. They hate getting hit by Arty. They don't know how to avoid Arty.
They're 6 feet under.
As that woman said, yeah, they're now 6 feet under. That guy's gone down into a little hole there, which is a kind of a trap, although you can make your way out of it. It's a VK2801-105, which is a premium light tank. And yep, he's gone over the edge and now he's in the water and he is going to drown. So that's bad news for that player. He's back in the garage by drowning. Okay, going for the Churchill 3. Yes, that VK has now died. That was a big hit. 178 hit points there. He puts another one in. Gets another strike. This time on the turret. But only 95 hit points. Thinking about shooting through the gap there, but he decided not to. He's dialing in on the KV-1. And you can see the rescue chasing the target. Obviously, that's a fault that Wargaming have never fixed, the chasing rescue. It happens sometimes if you lose sight of your target tank, it will chase after the next available enemy tank. So you might see your rescue go suddenly to the left or to the right. That was a good shot. Skoda T40, the premium medium, with an 88mm gun. Oh, the guy stopped!
Enemy is hit.
And that was a penetrating shot for 432, which is a high roll. This guy is so far away that the travel time for the shell is nearly 3 seconds. That means you have to give a long enough lead to get the shot. There's currently events going on in the Western Pass and on top of the hill, and we're getting really good shots in the Skoda, and he might die with the next round. And he does.
Vehicle destroyed.
Second kill for Warthog. Rounds out in the Churchill 7. Now, you only get 50 rounds, which means you have to be careful about which targets you hit and go for. You can carry heat rounds, which are particularly good at penetrating heavy tanks. But a lot of players will carry just HE.
Barely missed. Get him next time.
The armor-piercing rounds that you can carry with this Arty, not that great, because of course they don't do much more damage than the heat rounds, in terms you have to get a direct hit for them to work. But even if you do get the pen with the AP, as you can see here, 350 alpha, 64 to 61 millimeters of pen, and that's not much more than the 53 millimeters you get from the standard HE. And of course the standard HE has more damage per shot. Churchill 7 is trying to get into cover, and he's being successful for the moment. So obviously he's probably an Arty player normally, and he knows where he can go without getting hit. We just lost a Stug 3 Aslains, and he got taken out by a Hellcat. So there's probably a Hellcat in the sniper position at A5. Now that's far enough away at the moment that we probably can't hit that guy without moving closer. But the scores are fairly even at the moment, and we're coming up to the 9-minute mark. At the moment he's speculating that there might be an enemy there. It's probably worth preserving your shells at the moment just to be absolutely certain. You might need them later on. Our guys have moved up in the Western Pass, but so far they've kind of stopped where they are and not willing to move further. And if that continues to happen, there's a good chance that we might actually see the enemy try and use their advantage up on the high ground to the east of the map. That could allow them to move around and get closer to our cap area, start sniping at enemy tanks or our tanks as they're trying to defend. Can't see that Churchill 7 anymore, and we certainly can't see the Hellcat because nobody's up there to spot him. If the Hellcat does get spotted, we're too far away from him to actually get shots on him. Now, Warthog is doing something which is advantageous. He's moved a bit closer to see if he can get a shot. You can see the reticule is flattened, which means that he's at maximum range. There's two Artys on the enemy team. They've got an M41 HMC and an SU-122A. So they might be occupying different positions. One might be up in A1, the other one might be in A4. And now we can see that Churchill 7 again. Well, that's a bit of a rash decision there to go down into the dip. Rounds out. Just missed him. Why I say it's a rash decision, because now that he's gone down into that dip, he can't get shots on the Excelsior if the Excelsior uses the high area or the high ground to move around towards the cap, although there's a good chance that the Hellcat is still up there protecting him. Warthog fires another couple of rounds in. Oh, I just heard some shells being fired, some Arty shells. That was a direct hit on the Churchill 3. Of course, the Churchill 3 is the version that was actually sent to the Soviet Union. And they were used in the Battle of Moscow, funnily enough, as well. I think we just saw the tracer from the enemy Arty. Yep. Just as Warthog was firing, we saw a tracer outbound in our direction. And there he is again. And he's actually firing at us. And he does get the kill, but or rather, our M41 gets the kill. But we were hit by that enemy Arty. So, yes, he did work out where we are. And now we've got another one firing in. He's slightly to the left. No, slightly to the left of there. Not that position. Slightly to the left. And we are running short on ammo as well. 11 rounds left. There's 5 enemies remaining. That was a good hit for 126. That was a good one. That tracked him and took him down to just 28 hit points. We can get the kill with the next shot. Yes!
Enemy vehicle destroyed.
Nicely done. Okay, there's an enemy tank attacking our Hellcat here. And it's the Matilda Black Prince. Now, they're particularly strong on armor. And unfortunately, yes, he does kill the Hellcat. But the Black Prince is getting low on health. And he's wiped out with the next round. That's 4 kills now. Okay, KV1. And before we can shoot, he's taken out by our KV2. Trouble is, the enemy has still got a Hellcat and that M41. Now, the M41 is slightly to the left of that position. He was actually in the bush. You can see there's a tree standing up to the left of that. And he was actually behind the bush just in front of that. That's where the tracer was coming from. We're down to 4 rounds left now with 2 enemy remaining. He could still get a top gun if he can kill both of them. Now, if the Excelsior can find that enemy Arty, he'll more than likely find it by getting hit if he goes up onto the plateau. But we know that the enemy Hellcat is up there, or was up there. We're waiting until he's spotted before we shoot. And given that the Hellcat doesn't have much in the way of armor, our shells should be able to penetrate him and possibly get a max roll and take him out of the game. Okay, the Excelsior is going up onto the plateau. Our M41 HMC is moving up behind the Excelsior. And they found the Hellcat and they found the M41. And we did get some hit points there, but we lost the Excelsior to the Hellcat. So we fire another round in. And it's a hit, a penetrating hit. And the kill shot comes from the M41 on our team. But we saw where the Hellcat, the M41 is. And yes, that was slightly behind him. He was actually slightly further forward. We're into the last 2 minutes. You can see that my reckoning where he was is the bush just in front of that tree. And that's on the minimap. You can see it there. Oh, he's changed position. We fired the last round. Oh, he got him!
Vehicle destroyed.
With the last shot of the game. Well, that was a brilliant game by Warthog DK of Fun F in the 105 leFH18B2, the Fifi La Pew Pew. He managed to get an ace tanker out of that game, as well as a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. In fact, he ended up getting 5. 1 short of a Top Gun, but 1/3 of the enemy team. He also managed to get a Bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. In fact, he got 21. He got a Faden's medal. He killed the last enemy with the last round in his magazine. And he also got a Gauze medal for doing more damage, exceeding 8 times the hit points of his own vehicle. A Brothers in Arms, because he platooned at the last minute with somebody who already had 3 kills in the game. And so therefore they earned the Brothers in Arms together. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in that game overall. His win rate, 9,931, which is super unicum and a lot more. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, there you go. Highest damage in the game, 2,968. The next highest scorer was the Hellcat on the enemy team. He got the tank sniper for 2,238 hit points for doing the most damage at a distance of 300 meters or more. Third highest damage went to the Hellcat on our team, who got 2,040 hit points, but eventually he got wiped out by the Matilda Black Prince. And there is our platoon mate in this game, the KB2, who got 3 kills. He did 1,062 hit points of damage, but he was still alive at the end of the game, and therefore he claims a Brothers in Arms for that battle. So when it came to kills, we can see, yep, 5 kills went to Warthog DK, so he was the highest scorer, and the second highest was the KB2, 3 kills. 2 kills went to our Hellcat and our M41 HMC, and of course, remember, he got the kill shot on the Hellcat in the end, because after our shot, or after Warthog DK's shot, severely damaged him with a penetrating round. It was a one-shot for the M41, who got a very accurate round into the side and wiped out the Hellcat. On the enemy team, their Hellcat, their Matilda Black Prince, and their Churchill 7 all got 2 kills each. When it came to base XP, yep, Warthog DK got the highest. In fact, he's the only player to get over 1,000 base in the game. He got 1,218, and that means he's got the top in all 3 columns. And 847 went to the Excelsior, and 797 went to the Hellcat on his team, with the KB2, our Brothers in Arms platoon mate, in 4th place. Warthog fired all 50 rounds in his magazine. He got 16 direct hits on the enemy and 5 penetrating shots, 18 splashes as well. 2,968 hit points of damage, all of it done at more than 300 meters. He damaged 9 of the enemy, killed 5 of them, and he earned 77,561 credits on a premium count and 55 bonds for mission achievements, and 5,298 experience points out of that one as well. So superb game, and it's difficult to get sort of results like this unless you're well practiced. Getting a Phaeton's medal as well was just icing on the cake, or a cherry on the top of the cake. So very well done indeed. Hope you enjoyed that battle. I certainly did. If you did, please give this video a like. Do subscribe to our channel. Leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm. And thank you for watching.